to another episode of Mzansi Lens. My name is Mzansi, and today we are joined by the president of the ANC Youth League, President Collen Malatji. How are you doing, President?
No, I'm doing very well, just fatigue, it's a year-end fatigue. Yeah.
Yes. President, I just want us to get right into it. There was the briefing of the KZN structures. They are saying the KZN structures are saying they are ready if the ANC takes a decision to disband them. Where are you standing with that issue of disbandment?
I don't know. I have not an opportunity to listen to the press briefing of the provincial leadership, but there is no internal process that has been communicated externally on whether to disband or not. The organization operates that way. NEC decides if they feel structures are not fit to move forward, they disband until they get it right. But I don't know about the KZN matter. I don't know where do they get the issue of disbandment. I don't know if they are requesting to be disbandment, but we have not had that discussion yet at the level of the National Executive Committee.
Mm. If you look at the organization entirely, do you think it would be fair to disband Gauteng and KZN because of how they did in the elections, considering that the entire party itself didn't do really well on the elections?
Look, on the issue of disbandment is a new debate. But what I can confirm to you is that Gauteng and KZN are the most critical provinces in the country because of the population concentration. Now, if you lose Gauteng, you lose KZN, even if you can win Limpopo, Mpumalanga, you still have lost elections. Now, it's a province that you need to really strengthen, provinces that you must strengthen to make sure the ANC is alive. If the ANC is alive and strong in those two provinces, it's bound to spread all over the country. Now, those are very important provinces. I'm sure that's why there's discussions around them on the streets, whether to disband or not, because issues are that, which the report says that we don't have an organization on the ground that can respond to the needs and the services of our people. Now, organizations are built through structures and high structures and all of that. Now, look, whether fair or not fair, something must be done to strengthen the organization in both the provinces so that we win the next coming elections.
Okay. We then go into the issue of, your alliance partners. So Lima Pail, has been coming out, the GS of SACP has been coming out that the decision to form a GNU was not the best one, and it's a position of a sellout. And he has continued these remarks. Recently was speaking about that maybe the president is not the right person to lead this alliance that you have with them. What do you make of such remarks?
What I can say is that when days are dark, friends are few. If we would have won elections fully, the ACCP would be with the ANC every day begging for ministerial positions. Today, because the ANC, when it worked with the ACCP to win these elections, we all lost because the ACCP was with us in these elections. We're in these conditions because both the ACCP and the ANC could not get a majority to govern on their own. Now, decisions were made to advance the revolution. And Comrade Soli knows very well that if the ANC could decide to be outside the government or anything else, this country will collapse and the gains of freedom will be reversed and the revolution will be suspended. Now, as a revolutionary, I don't think he's thinking straight on those matters. I think the ANC and the CP at that level must have an engagement. As much as we do have engagements with the YCL on how we want to move the youth moving forward, I think at the level of the ANC they must do the same, because these public attacks by Comrade Soli, they're necessary. And they're defocusing us from our main objective to deliver our people to the National Democratic Society. Now, those are areas that I think we need Comrade Soli to understand that we are not normal. We're not in a normal situation. We're under need, and all these political parties, including the ones that he wants us to work with, they all don't want the ANC in power. Worst of all, MK attacks the ANC every day. MK does not reflect the renewal projects that we have. For example, the SSCP through the ANC and everywhere said for the renewal project, the ANC must fight against corruption. That's the SSCP. When the ANC fires people who are corrupt in state-owned entities and remove them to step aside, MKVA recruits them. Now, when you go and say you want to work with MK, what are you saying about the renewal project that you are advancing? That you're saying that those ones who are corrupt must leave. We're saying that now that they're important because we need to govern. Now, you can't want to govern at all costs to a point whereby you move away from your own values and principles.
Mm. Look, when you speak about the renewal project of the ANC, we saw now with the recent NEC that it looks to be taking off. If you look at the issue that now membership before joining, you're going to be screened. If you look at that, there's been those in the ANC saying, look, this might be a difficult thing because we'll then have difficulty in people joining the movement. Is there not a fear? Because if you look at when, I think it was 2017 or 18 somewhere there, when the former SG that expelled SG Magashule, you had over 1.4, 1.2 million, then it went down to 1 point something, then it went down to 600, and now we don't know how far the membership is. Is there not a worry that with this new system, there's going to be challenges for people joining the organization?
Look, better few but better. You would rather have few people in the organization, running the organization, members of the organization, than have many hooligans. You know, branches of the ANC have been associated with drunkards coming to PGMs to disrupt meetings. Has been associated with corrupt people who want to be councillors. Now the ANC is learning from its own mistakes. That many organizations, we would rather have the best of society in organization than have the worst that are majority in organization. Now that damages the image of the organization. That's why where we are at 40%, because we are the wrong people in lower structure. Well, the most important structures of the organization are branches. Now, if you get it right at the level of membership and branches, the ANC, whether at province or regional or national level, will be at its best. Now, it took us very long. We've been speaking about this thing. Even President Nelson Mandela spoke about this thing. Now, we're implementing it now. Enough about talking now, putting action into it to try to renew and rescue the ANC, because we believe the ANC is the only organization that has got the interest of the people of South Africa and Africa and the world at heart.
Yes. If you go on that, it looks the Veterans League, especially the Integrity Commission, it's mostly the veterans. If you look at that, the veterans have been saying that, look, anyone who puts the party into disrepute should be step aside without even have to being charged. So the veterans are saying basically the courts must not get involved in issues, that they must make decisions based on the organization, not on what's happening outside. How dangerous is this? I know you've been one of those who advocated that this is going to be very difficult because a person can come and spew anything against anyone. And do you see this thing amongst your comrades happening, that if you don't like a specific person and then people just say something and then that person must step aside? And do you think the powers that now have been vested in the Integrity Commission to look at things like that, that maybe it's too much?
Look, everyone's got a constitutional right in South Africa. You can't be found guilty or say you are charged or you're not charged. If there's allegations against you, when as a person, if you feel that these allegations are too deep, morally, you must talk to your coach and say, let me step aside a bit and go and clear my name against these allegations. Then come back into the organization. But the organization says that for you to step aside, you must first be charged of serious offenses. And if you're not charged, you can't be forced to step aside. But morally, people do it. There are many comrades who say, no, it's fine. There's allegations against me in the community. And let me go and clear my name and come back into the ANC. And they clear their names and they come back. Zizi Kodwa was charged. He stepped aside from all his positions. He went to clear his name. The case is withdrawn from him. He's now back as a full NEC and NWC member of the ANC. I'm just saying, it's a process. But the ANC is clear on its decision that it does not want corrupt behaviors in the ANC, because society has rejected us on those bases. Was because of the state, we've been attracting a lot of wrong behaviors in the movement, because people think the only way for them to be rich is to have access to state resources. And how to have access to state resources? You have access to state resources through the ruling party, because they're the ones who are in charge at that time, responsible for it. Because what you must acknowledge is that a lot of black South Africans are excluded from economic activities of their own country. The only time that they can have access to economic activities, it's when they've got access to state resources. And that we must correct very fast, so that the demographics of the economy of this country must reflect the demographics. So it's not only the state that is responsible for the upliftment of the lives of our people, but the private sector and business must be able to open doors for everyone to participate in, so that not everyone who not really does not want to be in the state, they end up being in the state and becoming business people and public servant at the same time, when they could just be business people and not be public servant. When you're a public servant, you are saving the people at your expense, because in most cases you even work over hours, because there's no working hours when you are a servant, because saving is a calling. It's something that you decide that I'm waking up in the morning, I'm compromising everything to go and serve the people of South Africa. Now we need more of those people in the system than those who see the state as a vehicle for self-enrichment.
The ANC Youth League has been accused that it's not in touch of the reality of young people in South Africa, and people like yourselves, maybe the leadership also in the party, I mean, are seen to be very far ahead, and we are not in reality of what people, what young people are going through. You talk about universities, you talk about maybe in high schools. I know maybe you'll speak about the issue of COSAS, but the essential point is that they are saying you're not attached, or you're not really focusing on issues of young people. Is there anything that you would want to say about that?
Look, there's a bit of truth to it. We over years we've lost touch with the crowd because we have not been building strong structures to respond to them. Because the most important people must respond are branches. Now the Youth League is the only organization you can find in any corner of this country. There is no organization that has got a reach of the crowd more than the Youth League. But if it does not respond to societal problems, it runs a risk of being an organization that is irrelevant. Now that's what we've been doing. Since we've came into office, we've been speaking and resolving issues of the youth. We've been responding to any other matter every day. We've been on the ground. There's issues of tech shops now, where young kids have been killed by illegal tech shops led by illegal foreigners who are not compliant with the laws of this country. We're the first to call it out so that that part of business must be set aside for all South Africans, but also it must be regulated in a way that it protects communities against expired goods, against the fake goods, and all of those things. Now I'm saying we've been responding where we can. We've responded on the issue of NEFSAS, on the crisis of NEFSAS. Even now, we're still pushing them. We've responded to the issue of unemployment. If you remember, we've led one of the biggest marches in the history of the youth in this country to the JSE to demand the private sector to reinvest in the economy, to create enough jobs for the youth and business opportunities for the youth. Now, where we can. Popular culture, where even yesterday I went to an outlet owned by one of our artists called Shimza and many others, trying to show support, that these are kind of support. They brought international artists, the youth were there, jobs were created, that areas was waiters are working there, youth, young DJs are inspired in the area, car guards, car washes. I'm saying those are areas. Even today I'm planning to go to another outlet to support, but I'm saying those are part of the work that we're trying to do. That and culture, the school sports program. We applauded both the Minister of Sports and Basic Education to implement a program we've long resolved on, that we need to place school sports as central like before, and that will also create employment, because we've called upon the Minister of Higher Education to place training coaches in all the schools in the country for school sports. That's another intervention to move the youth from the streets. Now I'm saying we've been doing our part, but I will give ourselves 45%. We're saying that we've been less than 2 years in office. We want to do more. We think we can reach more young people. We can reach young people in churches, which we have left behind. That's why we're going to revive church organizations that used to be aligned with the Youth League, so that we organize also the youth in churches to raise their own issues. Because this platform of the Youth League must be a platform for all the youth, whether the youth in the media, the youth in church, the youth in school, the youth in business, the creative youth. Everyone else must see the Youth League as a platform to resolve their own problems, or when they have challenges of exploitation, whether it's journalists, whether it's soccer players. I'm saying that's a platform we've created, and we're saying we'll do better, and we know those weaknesses. We're now, this month until end of February, we're relaunching all our structures all over the country. If you know, there were task teams everywhere. We're now taking them to conferences. Now, it's part of the work, we're now building stronger structures on the ground to respond to socio-economic problems of our people.
With there's recent developments now. We are seeing a flood of people. We were speaking about people who are leaving the ANC and then go to join other organizations, and then later on join MK. You look at what is happening with the EF. Mass people are leaving there, and it looks like they are going to join MK. Do you think now what the ANC faced with this election, as a result, then you got 40% where you see mass people moving to the MK party. Do you think the EFF is going to suffer the same fate?
Look, in the ANC, it was good that people that have left, because all the 30 people that we don't want in the ANC, don't believe in our values and principles, have left. Now it gives us a new opportunity to build a new, cleaner organization. Now, South African must be happy that all the criminals have left the ANC, they are now in MK. And that's a good move, because a lot of people did not vote at all. Now, if you say people have left the ANC and went to MK, it's not true. A lot of people did not vote at all. Those who have left the ANC are those that the ANC no longer needs. They must go there. The mistake Julius did is to think Zuma forgave him for him pushing the removal from office. Zuma is not a forgiving person. He's going to destroy him, because he's doing everything in his power to destroy him, because he's settling scores with him. He went to Nkandla, they took some jets there. When Miss Zuma, they were drinking coffees and teas while Zuma is eating him from within. He is to blame, Julius, because he brought a snake into his home. Now the snake is eating all his kids. Now he is to blame. He must take responsibility for bringing a snake into his home. It's him who went and collected the snake. And if it's biting him, wish him all the best. But if he wants a poison to kill the snake, he must come to us. We'll give him the poison to kill the snake. But he is to blame for what is happening. He was running his own political party. Yes, the Youth League now is coming stronger. It has weakened the EFF, because the voice of the youth is back. Remember, the EFF was built on the base of youth and youthful organizations. When the Youth League was not active, a lot of youth saw the EFF language more responsive to their issues. But now that the Youth League is back, it's difficult, because the youth is coming back into the Youth League. But others is the one that is donating them. He created some black caucus things. We told him, don't do this thing, Julius, of bringing a snake closer to you. You've created a black caucus then in Parliament. You are exposing your members of Parliament to an agent, an operative, who is known as a snake that is trying to eat the ANC now. You can see him, he was deployed to eat the ANC for years. He was eating it bits by bits. We fired him now. He has appealed. We were saying that he must further be expelled again. How do we have somebody who says that people must vote for MK, but he wants to be a member of the ANC? Now you see, it's a very sophisticated snake that is highly trained by agents to collapse progressive organizations of this country. Now Julius, he must decide that he leaves the snake or what. But the advice I can give him now, at the rate is going, the EFF, there's no growth for the EFF. It's the best time to collapse the EFF and come back to the ANC to try to build a stronger force. But if he's not doing that, he will end up like Cope. That's where he's going.
Would you accept Julius back in the ANC?
Yes, why not? We'll accept him any day. Julius is trained by the ANC. Everything he knows and does is trained by the ANC. He's a product of the Youth League. He's a product of COSAS. He's a product of the Youth League. Now, he's been a comrade. There's nothing he's doing now that is landing the EFF. Even how he walks, he speaks, his ANC things, ANC politics. He's an ANC person. The only problem is that we're reckless to how we fired him and expelled him from the ANC. I think that decision was too harsh. We should have found a better way. He went out of emotions, misled by Floyd, who never loved of being a member of the ANC. They went and formed a political party that now Floyd has left because of the snake that ate him. He went to stay with the snake in a very highly tribalized political party where he will regret himself because there is no political party that is formed on the basis of Zulus only that will allow its Tsonga like Floyd to lead it. Now, it's given already revolting against him there in the MK because it does not belong there because it's a tribal party that is formed on the basis of tribalism. But we're saying that he must come back, bring everyone in. Let's strengthen the movement. Let's bring everyone to come and assist the movement. The doors are always open for everyone who wants to come back. All those who are clean. As long as he's not coming here with corrupt behaviors and charges of corruption, he's a clean person of society. He has learned from his mistakes. He can come into the African National Congress.
The MK party has specifically been saying that the black smaller parties should collapse their parties and join the MK. So that they can have a bigger majority. This issue that they are speaking about, what do you call the 3/4? No, not 3/4. Two-thirds majority. Yes, the two-thirds majority. Is that something that you would also call for? To say no, let's unite and form a united front and advance the issues of the NDR that you speak about.
The biggest liberation movement in the world. And the oldest is the ANC. Now, anyone else who wants to form a bloc must form it with the ANC. Now, anything else outside the ANC is formed by opportunist political organizations that are paid by agents to collapse the African National Congress. Now, it's the only organization with a track record to fight for South Africans is the ANC. Now, the same Zuma, who says he wants to be a member of the ANC, is saying that people must join a political organization that he does not want to be a member of. Now, those are serious contradictions. Now, if Zuma is demanding to be a member of the ANC, it means he believes in the values and the principles of the ANC. Why is he not mobilizing everyone to come to the ANC, mobilizing people to kill the ANC and go to MK when he says he has appealed his expulsion that he wants to be a member of the ANC? Now, those are serious contradictions. I don't think people who are sound, who are not on drugs, must follow such madness. In summary, it does not even deserve dignity, that response. It's a mad call made by mad people.
Mm. If you look at what has been happening between how the Gauteng Provincial Executive has been attacked by the DA, do you think that is fair criticism?
Look, the DA is an opposition party. It has been attacking the ANC throughout. The DA contested the elections and Gauteng did not get the majority to govern. The DA will want to collapse the ANC everywhere else, including in Gauteng, because they want to be the ruling party. Now, I will not be surprised if the DA attacks the ANC. It's their role as opposition to attack the ANC. Now, they must do their job, we'll do our job. If their job is to attack the ANC, they must do that. But the ANC must continue to do the great work to win back the confidence of our people. We have lost over 60% of votes in Gauteng. I'm saying we're sitting at 34%, you know. Now, we have no time to focus on who does what in the DA. We need more time to build our own organization. And here in Gauteng is more important than ever. Now, Panyas and the collective must forget about the DA, forget about other things. Focus on building a strong ANC in Gauteng, and that they'll see the rewards in the next local government elections.
Mm. And why do you think the DA was fighting so much for them to keep Tshwane and keep Brink? And I know that there were talks with the ANC that they will help you, I think, in Ekurhuleni, and you must help them in Tshwane so that they retain that mayorship. Why do you think that's the case?
One, Tshwane is a capital city. Everyone understands power now. That's why I had a view, and I still have a view, that the ANC should have taken mayorship in Tshwane. We can't give a small party like Action SA a mayorship in a capital like Tshwane, you know. If it's not the DA, it must be the ANC. Because those are big political organizations that's got wards that they must control. Now, I don't believe that anywhere you must give a political party that has no wards to service a mayorship. Our principle that the biggest political party must be the one that governs.
And then, President, the SG, I mean, in the last NEC, he has announced that, look, the issues of succession should be something that should be a suppressed debate. We can't, the organization can't be speaking about succession when they are going through the issues of losing elections, and then there are leaders that now are coming out to say they're endorsing themselves, others are endorsing others. What do you make of that from the SG? And if called upon by the branches of the youth, because obviously I don't think you'll stand for second term as the president of the youth league, but I don't know. If you called upon, and I'm not saying you must raise your name, I'm just asking, if you called upon, would you stand?
Look, the SG is correct. The succession debate is closed. When it's open, we'll have that discussion. And I don't think I must respond to that because it's a debate that is not open. We don't want to engage on things that are not open. The ANC does open a debate in time is right. And when that time comes, we can have that interview again to ask me if I'll avail myself if branches request me. But for now, the succession debate is closed. And anyone who opens it will be disciplined by the party.
Yes. No, thank you very much, President, for having us. We really enjoyed our time with you, and we hope that you will call us again for the succession debate. Maybe we are looking at the new SG. We're looking at the new SG.
You know, you'll never know. Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Thank you, President.
Yeah.
Sure. That was the president of the ANC Youth League, Collen Malatji. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Mzansi Lens. Until next time, peace.